Okay, now everybody, let's get back. Okay. Yeah, we just talked about the PowerPoint and the language you want to deliver and the content. So I will introduce you one before and after PowerPoint supervision to show you how we can run a bilingual class with the English delivery in a very easy way. Just remember what your core is. Right. Now, let's see if you can see this. Yuna?
Yep.
Okay. This is a class about ocean and Aboriginal children. All right, everybody, can you just tell me, how do you think about this class? What is this class about? What do you think it is about? What kind of class it is?
For example, like what subject it's taught in?
Yeah.
What subject teacher will teach this kind of class? Geography? Someone said geography.
Okay, geography. And what else?
That's a good job. Any more? Art?
Okay, art and geography. And what else? Any other ideas? So art.
History. History. We got history.
Oh, good. Art, history, and geography. Yeah. Why? Because you are guessing the core, right?
Yeah.
We have ocean. Ocean. That's about maybe environment, but it's related with indigenous. So maybe it's about the local style, whichever. So you have the idea of the geography, the core. That's really good. And some say art. Why? Because we have the totem. And history, that's the same like geography. We have the patterns of regional totems, and they definitely have this history in it. All right, now let's continue to see if you guess right. This is the second slide. I didn't skip anything. Okay, so this is the second slide. Can you see any connection in between? It's only first and second.
No connection, right?
No, you see, ocean of regional totem. The only possibility is about the lines, right? Totem and the lines. That's the only. But if literally, there's no connection at all. Next one. Yeah, this one and this one, definitely lines. So draw a line with the marbles, and then next is about the types of the lines. So now, what kind of subject do you think this teacher is teaching? What subject?
Right? Is it English class? It looks like it.
English class? No.
No?
Okay, let's continue.
We have another answer. Art class.
Art class. It's more like art because we have the idea of drawing, right? So you see, well, if this is a class slide, the materials, we already get confused. There's no core. There's no core here. We just see the English here. And now here's about the types of line. We have straight line, curved line, and the wavy lines. Oh, zigzag. It's not wavy. It's straight, curvy, and zigzag. Why you say it's about English classes? Because it's always sentence patterns. Sentence pattern. What kind of lines? What type of lines are they? They are straight lines. They are curvy lines. They are blah 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 lines. What type of line are there? It's blah 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 lines. What type of lines are there? It's blah 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 lines. Okay. Will we teach art this way? Again here, what lines are there in our objects? Oh, so when I read the slides, I was just like, oh my God, this teacher is not teaching art. She's teaching English. Okay, continue. That is her. That's what you said, multimodality. Okay, so element of art. If the teacher wants to do more English, she just used the videos to replace her. So she doesn't need being too proficiency to do that. Then the next one, again. What does a straight line feel like? Can a line feel anything? Right? And the straight lines feels blah, blah, blah. Again, that is sentence pattern drill all through the ways.
What's the answer to the question? How does a straight line feel? Did the teacher give you an answer?
Happy.
Really?
Angry.
Oh my God.
Sad. So it's like, oh my God. So what? Now you know why. B2 proficiency is really important now. But at least the language that you deliver in class need to be proper English, not perfect English, but proper English. Yeah, this is a very good question. Nobody asked me this before. Yeah, Jeffrey, you are the first one to ask me what is the answer of this. Okay. Yeah, actually, she wants to teach the student to feel the art, right? That is another art appreciation, just like what you said in your clip. I don't remember which group, but one group says music appreciation. That's appreciation. Yeah, good. Whose appreciation? It's not the lines appreciation. This is students' appreciation. Okay, what are the ways to create different types of lines? Okay, all right. From EMI into bilingual now. Right, you see the presentation from the language presentation I meant. From EMI into bilingual, and then here is the translation. Is the translation. Look, who's gonna read English if you have Chinese here? And that's a complete full page of words. Happy feelings. So I don't want to play that video. And then right away here, what do you see in the picture? Okay, can you see any connection between slides? The only connection is the sentence pattern. Okay, and then we know lines in between. So now, students, please tell me, what do you think the teacher wants to teach? Which slide it is now? Which slide it is now? It's slide number 20. Okay, in this 20 slides, what do you think the teacher wants to teach? What is the core? To teach what?
Emotion. Emotion? I hear emotion.
Teach emotions?
Which?
In this 20 slides. Emotions, yes. But what else? What else?
Any idea, Lisa? Like elements of art, I guess, right? Line, shape, texture, color.
Oh, but until now it's only lines.
True.
Right? Until now it's only lines. So the core actually for the class up to slide 20, it's about lines, type of lines. And the next one is the appreciation. It's not emotion, it's the appreciation. Emotion means, oh, I'm angry now, I feel sad now. Okay, it's art appreciation. So I was like, my God, I really don't know how she's gonna run this class. And then right away she said, what do you see in the picture? That's why Jeffrey would say, oh, shapes, colors. It's because of this. Yeah, definitely it has colors and shapes. On top of lines, we have shapes and the colors. Okay, and then here, translation again. It's complete translation. So I don't know what exactly this class is about. It's about the art or it's about the language. The reason why, I would just guess, the reason why the teacher wants to show 2 languages is because she wants to read. To make this slide safer for her. She feels safer if she has the lines there to read out loud. Okay, just like 老师的大字报 in bilingual classes. 老师有大字报, right? So she doesn't need to be very proficient in English. She can just read it loud. Okay, that is another B2 problem. That's why you are asked to reach B2. Okay, here. All right, and she just wants to teach students how to be a mini mirror. So she includes this clip again, and she can avoid speaking English. Oh, all right, here. Then she said, I see the sun symbol. I see the star symbol. What are we doing some symbol or star symbol? I think I would just say I see a sun, I see a star, or I see stars, I see dots. She wants to maximize the idea of symbols. So that's why she has symbols after every single object word. Then design a symbol in your sketchbook. Okay, so she doesn't introduce what a symbol means, what a symbol is needed in an art, and she doesn't really introduce the process of making a symbol or the idea of making a symbol in the art. Maybe in art history or in art industry. She doesn't do that. And then she asks the student to do the artwork right away, just like what she did in the second slides here. Okay, now we draw a marble art. Draw it and just do the rolling, and then you will have a marble artwork. So she doesn't really have the content to initiate the marble art. Right? That's what I said. This is broken pieces everywhere. Maybe she did in class, but I hardly can see her work in her slides. Okay, where am I? I'm here. Okay, here. And after that, she asked the student to do another appreciation. The first one is mirror, but I didn't see her introduce how to appreciate mirrors. And then she just introduced partly. And then she has a connection here. Lines. All right, you see lines. Then what she wants the student to do is, hey, I cannot do next. Okay, here. Sentence patterns. Walk with the lines. I didn't see her doing artwork, but I see her doing language practice. Then, bilingual again. Pure translation again. And when she wants more English, the clip shows up. And then, another creation, another artwork. And then finally, we have the totems. So after 40 slides, she has a totem. And then here, line can do of regional totems. What can lines do? What do you see in the picture? Question, answer, question, answer, question, answer. How student can tell you which one they like if you don't introduce the totems to them, or how if the student will answer you if the student know nothing about the totems or know nothing about the colors, feeling, or whichever, and then she suddenly said, well, this is about Ami's totem. And then she said, how will you use your lines in your art? Again here, settling from the artwork was the objects, the lines and colors, and then into totems. And then from the totems to the creation of artwork with the lines. What purpose, what core actually here she wants to present? I don't know. And then she asked, what story will you tell about the totem? Nobody really can tell the story, right? If I can, I will try to say, this is about a wave. This is the wave. You see, because the ocean. And this is the Aboriginal totem. I know it. That's it. That's it. I don't know what kind of story I can make up from this totem picture. So I just told her, come on, let's redo the class, the subject core again. Right? Don't just make your student to practice sentence pattern without helping them to understand the art. Okay, we need to start from the tiny lines. Right. Well, it's good she has that here. Oh, you need to use a pen to draw line art and make an ocean totem, your own ocean totem. It's good she always has the artwork from the student to show off. But is that what we want to do for the bilingual classes? So I just told her, hey teacher, why don't we do it this way? This is what I made for her. You remember I said, if you want to start with line, to introduce students how to appreciate line artwork, we need to start with lines. So lines. I use one word. And the student can say, oh yeah, I see lines here. All right, they see lines, all kinds of lines. Doesn't matter if it's curvy, wavy, or zigzag. They see lines, isn't it? That is the core. So what is the second? Art. Line artwork. So when I say here, now let's see some line art show, you will know how line can do different things, or how artists can do different things with lines. Two core ideas. The first one is lines. The second one is line art. You see the core now? Then the next one. Oh, lines. Where can you find lines? Where are they? The student definitely will just tell you, they're here, there. Are they the same? No, they're different. So different lines can help different feelings, right? I don't want to introduce emotion now, but I can say lines can make different feelings. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about this? Crowded, maybe? See lines? Yeah, and we use lines to form words. Doesn't matter if it's in English or in Chinese or in Korean, in Japanese. The all line combinations. Okay, so they have more ideas how to do things with lines. And now, here. What is this about? It's line art. Are they the same? Can you have the same feelings? No, they cannot. What do you see here? What do you see? Hi, student, what do you see here? What is the line art show here about?
Mountains?
Mountains and
Sun?
the sun in the background. Or maybe it's the moon in the background. We don't know if it's the sun or moon, right? The day, the night. Right? Now it's the symbol ideas coming up. So here I can just, I use exactly the same video the teacher finds. So I say, well, now you can introduce the lines because now we already have different lines. You see? And the students are ready to tell the differences of lines so they can know the type of lines. And then here, lines, line art show. We use curvy lines, zigzag lines, and straight lines to make an art. The core is lines and art show. Or artwork, sorry. It's about the artwork. Okay, then here. Is it artwork? Yes. I made this by myself. Yeah, I used a straight line and I gave it a frame. Can I hang this one on my wall? Yes. So I use the straight lines to make an artwork. And how about this? Ooh, nice. Zigzag lines art. So if I put this two together, that's an art show, isn't it? And how about this one? Ooh, how? If we want to make this tree on the wall, how will you arrange it? So now it's about the time for the student to feel the artwork. The arrangement can show us how they see the artwork in different way. So from lines into artwork. I also have the English here, but are they difficult? Not really. Right? But are they the cores? Yes. They are the lines, they are the line types. And what's next? Where can you find line art? So I pinpoint art now, right away. This is why you say multimodality. Okay, so now the students' English proficiency will not be a problem because I kept using the same thing, the same idea. So it's from lines and lines into line art show, line types, and artwork. Where can they find arts? Oh, lines here. It's a carpet. So the carpet in the living room. Here, that's another living room with the same carpet. This is different appreciation. And here, where can you find art? Lines? Here, right? What kind of art it is? Zigzag, straight lines. Well, it depends on how you see line, right? This is a zigzag, and this is a straight line. You see, that's a repetition. But at the same time, you are doing the line art show for the student. Okay, so now I want the student to experience the fun line art drawing. That's the marble. No, sorry, it's not the marble. So the fun lines, you see? Different type of lines. I disassemble the elements of the lines. I'm still doing the artwork. I'm still doing the line vocabulary, right? The drilling. But is it a drilling of vocabulary? No, it's the concept of the line types with the language in the background. And how about this one? The student can you see this? Can you see this? Can you see this line? Can you see this kind of lines? The student would always say, yes. Okay, where are they? They are here, okay. Or if you are using the touch screen or your big screen, the student can come up and just draw it out for you. This is a zigzag. This is a zigzag. This is a curvy line, right? And the same thing. All through the way until I show this. Here was the focus of line, and now is the line with the color. It's a transition for the colors and also the feelings. So you can see the color impact. Now is the color with the shapes. The colors with the shapes and also the lines. And here, element of arts. Definitely we have art, color, we have colors, we have shapes, and we have different elements. And now, I show the student this. What do you think the student will answer me? What do you see here? Definitely they say lines. I don't need to tell them what it is. They will just say lines. And the lines represent raindrops. Okay, this is the first time the student can analyze a piece of artwork because they have all this practice, all this analysis practice. They know how to read an art till this one here. This is another multimodality strategy. Line, I maximize line. You want to draw some line artwork? Okay, now here is the marble. Marbles, we use marbles to draw. Fun. After drawing, of course, we collect student work and then show them this because the marble drawing will be like this without the coloring. So this is a connection. You see how I transit. The first one, I transit lines into line types. And then the line types into art show, right? Artwork with different lines. And then the lines analysis in different combination of the line artwork. And later, it's a real artwork with the raindrops. Okay, and the next one, the transition is the transition with the colors and the shapes, and then we have the element of the arts, and then into the art appreciation. And the art appreciation, we ask a student to try to create an artwork. Okay, and the artwork is a transition to mirrors work using lines, of course. Okay, and with that, we have, this is what the teacher did. I just show her. You don't need to do the translation. We can just use this. I simplify the words, but I highlighted the art element, dots, lines, colors. Why? Because they are the features of Neuro's work. They're just like colorful points with rhythmic beat. But the most important thing is dots, lines, and bright colors. So now the student has lines through their marble work. Then just teach them how to do mini mirrors painting. They just need to color the boxes or the shapes in different colors or they can use different symbols. Now we have symbols. You can have different objects to show what you're thinking. You want it to be like a snail, or you want to show an eye style, or a sun here, or a star here. And most important thing, I always make this joke. You see a me here. 米罗的米. Mirror always have me in his art. So he knows his Chinese name is Milo. So he always have me in his work. You see? That's a me, right?
Ah, really? Yeah.
You see? Okay. And next one. Me here. Oh my goodness. Me, right? Me everywhere. How come Milo knows me? Okay, this is something, of course, this is not the real thing. I initiate students' idea of making symbols. And I want to say, okay, you see a lot of me in mirrors. What does that mean? Is that a meaning of his Chinese name? No, it's a symbol. It's about a star. So the student definitely will have the idea of, oh, that is a symbol. So I can see symbols, the star symbols in mirrors painting. So that whenever I show them the painting, they will look for the me first. And then they will look for other symbols. So here, easy. I teach them the meaning of symbols without introducing them a lot of theories. So that's a link, isn't it? So now every slice has its logic. Every slice definitely has the core that I want to deliver, the content and the concept for the student. So mirrors painting is all about, if you want to be a mini mirror, you need to use both colors. And you need to use abstract shapes. Well, if you don't want to introduce abstract, that will be fun. But high school student will be okay. They know abstract shapes. Okay. And the playful lines? The lines, yeah, they learn 3 different kind of lines already. And they know playful lines in cats, in flowers, in the windmill, right? So that they already know. And the symbolic elements here. Me is a very good example, right? And remember, those are the features of mirrors painting. So if you want to be a mini mirror, you definitely need to include all this. So you can create your marble art with this colors, bold colors, abstract shapes, and playful lines, and symbolic element, and you are a mirror. Now here. Where are the symbols? Here, me. And the symbols, maybe. This might be a symbol. No, I cannot see what it means. So what it means here, the symbol, can you see the symbol? So the students are trying to interpret the meaning of a symbol. Okay, so for the first few paintings, I say, well, read. It's about a woman and the bird's voice in the night. So where can you see a lady? Where can you see a woman? So the students are starting to find the symbol. That is an art appreciation. Okay? And when you start thinking about the bird and women, you might think about noisy voices, noisy sounds. So when they feel the red, maybe that is the noisy emotion. So now I'm gradually linking these symbols and colors with emotions. Okay, how the audience appreciate and painting with their emotions, with the feelings. It's not the lines can feel something. Okay, how do you feel about the paintings? Happy, sad, angry, scared, or surprised? I use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 5 words all through, and this is in the artwork in the studio. So So the students start learning, okay, the artwork and how they feel about it, how to analyze the art. And then here, woman and the bird again. So mirror, like woman and birds in his art. Where can you see the women? Here. Maybe this is the one because the hair. The student definitely just tell me this. And where's the bird? Where's the sun? Okay, they say here. The sun. Yeah. Where's the bird? Where's the bird? Students. Okay, come on, guys. Tell me, where can you find a bird?
Yeah. On the clothes.
Here, you mean?
Yeah.
All right. So it's on the clothes, or it's in his stomach, or the women are playing the birds. I don't know. So there's no exact answer. Just because there's no exact answer, the student can just say whatever they want. That is a start of art appreciation. And look. I use exactly the same adjective. And no, Jesus. The student was like, hey, that's my scratch. And it's an artwork. And you need to spend a lot of money to buy that, right? Okay, then that's another one. So you can see women. Two people. Definitely one is a woman. So the student can link, oh, this is a woman. And this might be a woman. And can you see woman here? Maybe this one? So the student can start learning and they try to link the ideas they know from Miro's art. So they can find the logic. They can find how Miro wants to tell us. And here is the artwork in the living room. But I definitely will not have this one in my living room. I will want to fight with my husband all the time. That is the feel, that's the feeling. Like really fighting symbol. And how about this? I really love this one. The pearls smiles in front of the blue. I don't know blue what, but it's the Chinese translation here. So they are the pearls, or this is a pearl. Well, the student was still wondering, but they were smiling. They were laughing at it, especially when they, of course, I will ask them how they feel, especially when they see this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 dots. Or you can say 5 shapes. And you need to buy this 5 shape just because this is a Miro's artwork. The student definitely will want to try. And after trying, the student will say, teacher, do you want to buy my work? 20. I will say you 20. I will say you 50. Okay, that is another way to see the value of an artwork. That's kind of bonus. So here again, now let's color your marble painting. Yeah, remember before I said the marble painting, that's the lines. But after the element, the mini mural painting, I asked them to have the symbols, and now is the coloring. So step by step, the students are learning how to be a mini mural. Okay, so when they do the painting, they need to focus on this bold color, abstract shapes, simple lines, they already did. Symbolic elements, they already did. And the abstract shapes, they already did. So now, the bold colors. All right, here. Another art. So apart from the artwork with the bold color, with the shapes, with the playful lines, where can we see them in our line? Here, you can see it. This is definitely playful lines with abstract, you see? And this is definitely another art. We use the same idea, but not in Merrill's style. And here, only the lines. But what I want to focus is here. Abstract shapes. Not really with the bold colors, but with colors. Okay. Now, see how I link colors, shapes, and the symbols with the totems. Here, you see colors, you can see shapes. And then here, this is totem-like tile design, right? So we have shapes. Yeah, we have colors, and we have lines. And now here we have lines, playful lines. Do we have a story in it? Yes. Do we have a story in it? I hardly can see it. This one, yes. So now linking the totems with the story is my purpose. And now how about this one? Can you see line art? And can you see stories? Maybe, but I don't know right now here. With this, can you see stories? With this Taiwan with different golden here. Yeah, with a different strip here. We know it's about the tribals of Taiwan. And it's easy for the student to know, oh, we are getting the line arts into totem style. And then here is Taiwan with shapes and with symbols, but it's not symbol, it's just the flowers and leaves. And this is the object, the real object about Taiwan. So they have the story. And how do we transform all this story into what we want to do later? Yeah, transform the meaning of lines and art and colors into totem style. So this definitely totem style. But the same idea with the words here. Can you see the meaning of it? Yes, because they are words. But can you see the meaning of that? Oh, yes, I can see because they might be phoenix or might be dragons. Okay, so this is how I link those. Okay, they have meanings, right? But do they have meanings? Oh, I hardly can see, but I see totem style. Yeah, this is maybe Bohemia style. This is totem-like. Then that is what I want to show the students. What line types can you find in this oral? Back to the original core lines. After lines is the colors. After the colors is the after line is the shapes and symbols, and the symbols and with the colors, and after colors with all the combination is the feelings, the art appreciation. Then, can you see ocean in it? Then the student will say, well, maybe here the wavy lines here. And then here, I introduce different totems in different culture. So this is Egyptian. Okay, can you see the symbols? Oh yes, I love symbols here, but I don't understand. Yeah, that's good because I don't understand either. And I know it might be the sun because it's a sun god, and a lot of different ideas about the symbols. Yeah, well, we can see definitely have symbol meaning, but we just don't understand. We can study it, right? And this is from Maya culture. Oh, can you see lines? Yes. Can you see shapes? Yes. Can you see symbols? Yes. Can you see art? Yes. How about this one? Oh, they are line stickers. Are they symbols? Oh, I can see it. This is the dragon. This is an eagle. This is a fish. This is a lizard. And is it a chicken or a bird? That's a turtle. I think this is a cock. And the chief, the monkey, the monster, definitely the peacock, a fish. I don't know. This isn't zebra or horse. And lizard. And another peacock. So who are you? So that's fun, right? The student can transform the real animal into totem-like. So they can make the same thing. If they can analyze it, it means they're linking the symbols with the meaning of it. And now with this, are they symbols? Yes, holy symbols. They definitely have meanings, but I really don't know. I need the explanation of that, but that's fine. I'm not teaching the student to remember everything symbols mean, but I just want the student to know this is how a flower, how, I don't know from which culture, 生命之方 from which culture, but I know this is from Chinese culture, right? Yin Yang. And this is the first time I know the positive yin yang and negative yin yang. And this is from Egypt, I know. And the others, which one is for Hitler? No, right? I don't know which one. But anyway, yeah, they have their own meaning of it. So here, what is this about? If the teacher know the story, I will ask the teacher to tell the story. If not, the student make up the story about it. But it's not a good idea to ask the student to make up their own ideas. It's better the teacher to tell a story of it. Okay, and then after this, I will just have this class after. So you see, I moved the totem, everything as a transition to understand Paul Klee's work, because it has totems. It has shapes. It has colors. Right? It has lines, and definitely it has stories. You see, they have the stories, symbols. It's like another totem. It's the castle and the sun. So I asked a student to tell me, what do you see? Castle or houses or high building? And definitely they will say sun. Okay. And with all others. And how about this? What do you see? Such and such and such. Okay, I love this one. What do you see? Hi, kids. Hi there. Guys, what do you see? How do you feel about it? Are you happy, sad, scared, surprised?
Looks dead.
Looks dead, right? And how about you guys? How do you feel? How do you feel? Will you feel happy?
It's
I see you.
one more time.
看起来像一只蜥蜴。
What? Which one? This one?
Yes.
This one? Okay, Jeffrey said it looked like a dad. All right. Now let's see. There's some fire. Fire here. It's the fire. And I don't know if this one is killing this person or he's trying to save this person. Sorry. Hey, you know I'm finishing at 6 o'clock. All right, so the student can make up their own story because there's some fire there, right? Okay, then. How about this one? How do you feel? Anyone feel happy? You shake your head. Anyone feel okay? Yeah. Nobody say how you feel about this. Jerry said that he might feel is scary. And how about you guys about this one? You feel angry, happy, sad, or whichever.
Angry.
Angry?
Yeah. So after Totem is more story oriented, the meaning oriented. It's not the analysis of the colors or playful lines anymore. It's more about the content, the painting. So that's why I ask you, how do you feel again? All right? Here, it's the cat and bird. Cat and bird. Cat and bird. So it's scary for the bird and happy for the cat, right? Okay, then you can tell a story about it. So you see, I do this just because I know the students are ready. So we can talk about more about the art itself. It's not the elements anymore. So you see how this process happening, how this sides are logically connected, and one concept, one core after another. Okay. I use exactly the same thing the teacher did in her class, but I have more connecting pieces, broken pieces, I mean the concept everywhere. And this class looks more art than English, right?
Definitely.
It's more, yeah, it's more art class than English classes. I didn't ask them to do the drills, but I use exactly the same language the teacher wants to use. So this is the way, as a bilingual teacher, this is the way you need to learn how to manage the subject with proper language use. How can you say it's a proper language use? You just need to ask yourself, if you do this class in Chinese, where you have this material or where you have this kind of language in your classroom, okay, like this one. If you teach this one, will you say, oh, 弹珠会画画哦，不是，弹珠会画线哦。You see? So you can examine this by yourself. That's the same idea for you to think about your B2 level. Is it logic? Roll in a straight line. 画一条直线。Roll in a straight line. Roll a straight line. Or just roll it. How can you ask the marble, hey, I need a straight line. I need a curving line. Do it. No, right? Then, 它们是直线吗？还是弯弯的线呢？你知道它是什么线吗？它是什么线呢？它是什么线呢？好，它是什么线呢？你在这里面看到什么东西呢？这很奇怪，right？所以呢，这些线感觉起来像什么呢？也很怪吧？直线感觉像什么？这也很奇怪。Yeah, do all this in Chinese. So if we do this, and then you will know, oh, this is not proper. Okay, this is not proper, definitely not proper for our bilingual classes. Okay, and then now, since we talk about the language use, and we already have the examples of language use in the bilingual class, now think about yourself. What kind of language you will use for your classes? It's not only the proper and correct English. It's also the classroom English and the content English. The content English is I already told you what you can check for your content English. It's from the translation project. Okay, and now I want you to have this. Let me share this for you. I will share you some useful site. Okay. Yes, I think you can follow. I think you can use some of this useful, you can check this useful site for your classroom language and also for your B2 proficiency. The first thing is I want you to know that. Jeffrey, have you showed them this?
Definitely. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so you see here. We know it's not EMI class, so you don't need to use English only. So you need to do the transition sometimes. Okay, and think about the language use I just showcased you. They are not difficult at all. So you can use English, all English. Just maybe when they share their idea, they can use Chinese, just like what you did. Right? So here, the percentage of the English is not a problem. The problem is how you use the language, how you use English in your classroom. Okay, so now you just need to take care about instructional classroom. This is something that you need to do. I don't play it. Instructional classroom. This is a series of videos. You definitely please copy the title. I don't want to show you the link directly because you need to know how to Google it if you lose the link. So now everybody, you just key instructional classroom English. This is a series. This is a series. Okay. And if you find it, please find the logo. The logo of it is VOA. Okay, this is VOA. You see it, the logo on the top left? It's a series. VOA, Learning English. Okay, you see this? So this is a very good resource that you can use. And you use this one alongside with the English translation project file. You can pick up the best language for your class. Don't Google anything or do the translation of anything. Okay, and you can use the subtitle if you want to. Don't want to play it. Don't play it. Okay, you can use a subtitle so to help you understand more. So you listen to this, okay, and it can help you B2 level and also help you the language use. Why I want you to do this? That's because in our class, we definitely will have our verbal and non-verbal communication. We have verbal and nonverbal communication with the students. Okay, and verbal means verbal. Yeah, nonverbal means parallel, like the gesture. I use a lot gesture, and I believe you do, and I believe every teacher does. Okay, just think about how you use your body language, and that is one of multimodality as well. Our body language is part of the multimodality. Okay, the verbal communication will be instructional or interactional. Instructional, definitely the instruction from the textbooks or the instruction, mostly instruction of activities, the classroom activities. Okay, under interactional, definitely will be the interaction to see if the student understand your content, or the interaction that you want to talk. That's Lale English. Okay, Lale English. Right. And if you can, try to think about the classroom language in a poster. You can Google this classroom language on poster. So you can learn English through the poster as well. You see, this is a very good example, okay? And you can help the student learn, and at the same time, you learn as well. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you are B2 already. If you are B1 now, you can just do that, okay? And yeah, remember I said the content language. The content language means the core language or the academic language, the subject language, like the language in PE, language in social studies, language in medical studies, and language in civics, language in counseling. Okay, so this is something you need to learn from the translation project. Okay, this is what we call the academic language. Social language will be the one like interactional or instructional. This is how you socialize with your student in class or outside the classroom. So that's why I say you can have this classroom language school-wide. That's kind of social language that you can the student can socialize with you or the foreign teachers in the school. Okay, and this is something very interesting. I hope this one can still work for you. Yeah, this is the classroom English I Google. Remember I said classroom language poster. You just use this keyword and you can have this one. There are a lot. So this can also help your bilingual classes with the English teachers in your school. You are not the one to teach this, but you will use the one they know from their English classroom. Okay? You know what I mean here? You are not the teacher. You are definitely not the teacher to teach those, but you are the one to use. And also the students are the one to use the language. Okay, you are not the one to teach them in class. All right? And the next is something definitely you need to make an effort for. This too, practice speaking English. Again,
今年想做课程的，你们要记住这个公式。
I don't want to hear. Okay, good. Okay, here. Google this learning English with TV series. Well, of course, if you want to go to Bushiban, the cram school, you just go. Right? But if you want to level up your English proficiencies, those are really, really nice ones because they are serious. They're serious, and you can just go by the titles that you like. They redo the movies, or they redo the cartoons, they redo the comics, everything. They redo this for learning, for English learning. Okay, so they are really good. So they have different themes. I always introduce this to my students, and now I introduce that to you. Okay, and another one is English speaking course. All right, this is another one. If you can Google it, then just check this one. But doesn't matter which program or which
English speaking course.
Stop. Okay. Which online courses you want to take. One thing you need to start with is to practice the linking sound. Most Taiwanese students fail listening practice language test with listening and speaking. That's because they don't know how to do the linking sound. Okay, so usually I will have a series of classes for my students to practice linking sound. When you know how to link, like here, here, helps improve. This is a linking sound because I link S sound with I sound, E sound. This is something that you can start from today with the translation program. The translation, all right? Now let's key in this 翻译计划, right? 翻译计划领纲 Okay. Ow. 00000. Where is it? Okay, first one. Oh, 领纲. My bad. Which one? This one. Here. We start practicing. It doesn't matter which one you click. It will always bring you here to a different site. And this is a copy from the copy of the English website. Now let's see. Here. All right. Let me take this one. That's another website, not from the project website, but that's fine. Whenever you key in 翻译计划领纲, you definitely will have this one. Okay, like here. This go lambs to, you see? You try to practice the linking sound with the English version, and then you try to do it. And slowly you will get used to these terms. So when you get used to these terms, you will have a better remarks from the interviewers when you go for your 校正. Okay, so this is one trick that you can play for your 校正. You just use this as an English proficiency, our proficiency, of course, our proficiency practice. Okay, right. I think I will end today's talk at this point. You're tired, I think. Right. All right, thank you, everybody. Do you have any question for me?
Any questions? Oh, I think we have a lot to absorb. I took notes like usual. I got 3 papers. I'm your student too. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well, thank you so much for sharing. Always a pleasure, always enjoyable, and always learn something new. And something
Thank you.
But I promise
all right.
share the website.
Nice to see you guys.